Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, some other places. But I had this on my heart, and we know that there's a lot of reason why, us as melanated people die young. But it's something that is always overlooked over the course of time. Matter of fact, these things are overlooked each and every day because they're so simple that a lot of issues in the black community, we tend to take that as the hallmark or the main issue that plagues our people. You know, um, police brutality, drugs, living low impoverished in hoods. But the number one reason that a lot of young black people, and I mean under the age of 50, the main reason why we die young, and I know this is not a popular subject, is our nutrition. I know this is Financial Channel and you guys are coming to get some of the best financial information, but I have to be real about this. It is our nutrition, and nobody wants to hear it. Each and every day, myself, I battle with overeating. Not that I'm a very unhealthy eater, but even in eating healthy food, you can still overeat. That's my issue. Some of us have issues of eating deep fried foods or foods that are high in saturated fats or foods that are high in carbohydrates. This is our number one problem. This is why we die young. We would like to blame it on the police. We would like to blame it on the way we grew up. We would like to blame it on neighborhood and violence. We would like to blame it on politicians. We would like to blame it on everybody except the one thing that white supremacy cannot control. That is what you put in your mouth. That is the one thing that white supremacy cannot control, and that is what you put in your mouth. Now, granted, you said some food is tainted at the grocery stores. That may be true. So you can grow your own food. Thank you for moderating, Nolan Baptiste. I appreciate that. But this is a very unpopular conversation because I know that a lot of us don't want to look ourselves in the mirror and we look how big we are. We look how unhealthy we are. See, the reason why COVID-19, as they say on the news, is mostly affecting melanated people in these low impoverished areas is not because we're poor. It's not because we live in a hood. Now, it does increase the chances of us living on top of each other and beside each other. But the number one reason is as a conglomerate group, we are very unhealthy. Now, I won't get into the reasons why, because the reasons why, believe it or not, goes back almost 3 centuries, and that's stemming from slavery. With the so-called white European masters used to let us eat the slop from his table. We won't get into that because we're far removed from that. We're much more intelligent. We have much more education and information. And at any point, we know the things that are killing us, but we don't care. And here's the thing. Now that we are out of shape, now that we're unhealthy, we'd be damned if somebody tell us to go ahead and lose a few pounds. Put down the burger and pick up a fruit. Now, granted, I love a good burger. I love French fries, but you can't eat it every day. And a lot of us, when you go through your diet, a lot of you are stuffing yourselves with carbohydrates, empty carbohydrates. See, the number one killer in the black community is nutrition. Triple bypass surgery, heart attack, cardiac arrest, diabetes, gout. Tell me if I'm wrong. Because here's the thing. I can probably get a group of black guys together and say, hey man, out of your family members, have named the number of amount that the police has killed innocently. Name the innocent black men and women and children that have been killed by the police and they were innocent. Or matter of fact, even if they wasn't innocent, they was in a shootout. Name how many. Then I want you to name the amount of family members who died because of their nutrition. And a lot of people don't understand that you can get cancer very early in life because of your nutrition. You get diabetes, you get gout, and then, most importantly, we suffer from a lot of mental issues in the black community. Now, some of that is from our personal take, and some of it's been given from our conditions. But we are unhealthy in so many ways that we like to focus on the things that like blast right in your face. It's almost like anything that the system of white supremacy gives us, or anything that maybe they report on the media, then we wake up like, oh yeah, that's right, they're killing unarmed black people, so they need to stop that. Now we're out there marching and protesting. But have you noticed there was previous other people dying, but there was no worldwide account until news agencies like CNN, MSNBC started reporting it largely? It's almost like we don't want to get on one accord with one another unless the white media tells us to. But I can tell you this, and I got in trouble in church back in the day, but I don't care, because this is very important. This is very, very important. Have you noticed in most churches, not all, in most churches, they don't tell you to lose weight? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed in most churches, they don't tell you to lose weight? You know why? They don't want you to feel uncomfortable in church. Your ass don't supposed to be comfortable in church. See, that's one of the main reasons why I kind of, you go into church and you have to be very aware of your surroundings. But that's the question. And I'm not here to beat up no one's religion or church, but I want you to ask yourself that question. If you are in church to live a better life, there's two topics that most churches, not all, most churches don't talk about. They don't talk about getting your finances in order or nutrition. Let me say it again. They don't talk about getting your finance in order or nutrition. They don't. They absolutely do not. Why is that? Because they want to make sure you're not uncomfortable in church. I'm trying to find my mount. Give me a second. I'm trying to reach for this mount. I got a little bit more on my mind because I believe that this information is very, very important. Okay? Last time you just woke up, like, take for instance this year, I probably had a bowl of cereal 3 times this year. 3 or 4 times, no more than 4 times this year, because cereal is what? Just sugar and carbs. And carbs broken down into what? Sugar. When you go to the church and they have a potluck or something like that, tell me some of the food that you guys bring in that the church cook. So, because I was kind of like, is the church promoting obesity? That's another issue in the black community. Not just diabetes, not just high cholesterol, not just high blood pressure, but obesity. Like myself, I am too heavy for my frame. When people look at me, they're, oh man, you lift weights, you a big strong guy. But that's not healthy. That's not healthy. Being big and strong is not healthy. The BMI, the body mass index, is a science. And it's a good projection point for most of us to be at. Now, if you're big and strong and you're only 10 pounds over your BMI, that's perfectly fine. But when you 50, 60, 80 pounds over your BMI, that's very, very unhealthy. And a lot of times you can tell people, like when people look at my body composition, they can't tell that I'm a heavy guy because I lift weights. And what does shaping your body composition is the way your body is shaped. So my body composition is great, but I'm heavy on the scale. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. And I want you guys, what is contributing to this? First and foremost, where all the fast food places at? In the hood, right? With all the Chinese places at, with all the salt, MSG, and all those other things. Tell me where it's at. Give me 1 second, family. Give me 1 second. I'm putting this on my mouth. Give me 1 second. I want to talk to you guys real quick. Tell me where that's at. That's in the hood. Now, ever since high school, I've been over 200 pounds. And when I tell people for my height and weight, I should be no more than 200 pounds. I remember when I left college football and I went to the Marine Corps. When I went from high school to college, I was 185. When I went from college to the Marine Corps, I was 225 in boot camp. Now, I want you guys put some perspective on this. My family saw me at 185 before college. Coming back from college every year, I stayed around 225. I played running back. I then went off to the Marine Corps. They're like, well, you're too heavy, you're too big, you have to lose a lot of weight. So they automatically put me on what they called a diet tray. So if you're going through the line, doing in the Marine Corps, getting a diet tray, if you was too skinny, they gave you double rations. So whatever the food was, you got double. If you were a bigger guy, you got half rations. So some people got normal rations, people within their regular BMI, people who was below their BMI, they gave them double ration. If you was over your BMI, they gave you half rations. So I was hungry, but the whole time what I figured out is I was overeating. I was overeating the entire time. And I was eating unhealthy food because I come from a culture, and traditionally, when we eat Sunday meals, it's always meals that's filled of what? Unhealthy food. And believe me, the food is delicious, right? You got your macaroni and cheese, your mac and cheese. You have your greens with no nutrients. The greens have no nutrients because they're soaked in vinegar and salt and got ham hocks in it, and it's delicious. Oh, it's delicious. But it's not good for us. This is not how we intend to eat. It's not good for us. But we eat these foods and they continue to kill us. The fried chicken, okay? The ham, the bacon, the peach cobbler, all these different sorts of casserole. They're nothing but unhealthy food. And then when we eat, we're gonna eat some sweet potato. So on sweet potato, what we do with sweet potatoes? We put nutmeg and cinnamon. Okay, that's cool. Then we put cinnamon sugar. Then we put white sugar. Then we put brown sugar. Then we put butter. Then we put marshmallows on it. Then we put walnuts. And then you say, man, that's a heart attack right there. We all got walnuts. We always got to make a joke because deep down inside, we know that the food is unhealthy, but we continue to eat it. But we continue to point the problem in other areas of our life. While black people are dying young, we would like to blame it on everything else except for our nutrition. I want you guys to look at the amount of black people who died under the age of 50, from some sort of diabetes, gout, mental issue, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, versus the amount of black people who got killed by the police. Black people is the number one fattest people in this nation. And we contribute that, listen to me, we contribute from our family members and from ourselves. We reinforce this unhealthiness, our mindsets. We tell our friend, oh, you're losing a lot of weight. You don't look right because you're used to that person looking fat. And we are so used to looking fat, we think fat is healthy. No, it is not. I shouldn't be this big. I shouldn't have this much meat on my face. I am too damn big. And I realize that we're so damn stubborn. We're the most stubborn group when we start talking about real issues that affect our real lives. We'll be on one accord out there protesting. Say her name. Hands up, don't shoot. We're fine with that. But I guarantee we did a march. If we did a march through all the different neighborhoods like we did for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, for our nutrition, for food to stop killing us and the way we look at food, it'd probably be 10 strong. They're like, man, brother, I'll be out there with you, brother. I'll be out there. 10 strong in one city, not multiple cities. That's our problem. We would like to blame everything else. Well, I don't make enough money to eat healthy. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Then some of you may even argue the fact that, hey, well, listen, this is the way I grew up. This is all I know. We have so many darn excuses, but we have the most powerful thing right there in our hand. It's called a cell phone. We can look up anywhere on the internet, anywhere on YouTube, anywhere on Facebook, how to eat healthy. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? What's the one thing I noticed that a lot of people don't do nowadays? Drink water. I drink water all day, every day, most days. Some days I'm bad about it. But if I were to tell you that you need to almost drink a gallon of water a day instead of that regular 8 glasses of water a day, if I told you need to drink almost a gallon of water a day, would you believe me? Would you agree with me? When people are losing weight, let me tell you about the mindset of people. Let me break this down. I'm a little hot. Let me turn my AC on real quick. I'm a little hot. Because I know, even on my financial channel, I'll be wanting to say things about nutrition all the time. Because if your ass is dying, you ain't going to care. Who cares about finance if your ass is dying? Who cares? Who cares about your finances if your ass is dying? You're not going to have fun with that money. But let me back up. And let me tell you something about me. I come from a family that suffers from obesity. My aunt died about 3 or 4 years ago, and she suffered from mental issues. She was obese. She had high cholesterol, high blood pressure, probably stage 1, stage 2 diabetes. So my Uncle Dennis, he wore about 400 and something pounds at the height of about 5'8", 5'9". So yes, he was very, very big. He went to the doctor one time, and the doctor told him, well, Mr. King, you have all of these issues. You have all of these health issues. And I've been prescribing drugs, and I've been doing this, that, and the other to sustain your life, So the doctor, he told him straight up, Mr. King, I know your problem. I've been knowing your problem since the first day you came in here. And my Uncle Dennis, he used to be a drug dealer and do all those things back in the day. He said, Doc, just give it to me straight. He said, your ass is too fat. You're 400 pounds at 5'8", 5'9". You're not morbidly obese. You're triply morbid obese. It's amazing you walked in here. Your heart rate is off the charts. Your blood pressure, I have to double down and increase your dosage on your blood pressure pills, or you're going to pop. This is the problem in the Black community. But we would like to change our focus to police brutality, discrimination, and racism, but it's actually nutrition. Now, don't get me wrong, those issues happen as well. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Some of you have been to church, about to go to church, on your way to church, coming back from church. But guess what the church don't talk about? Church does not talk about nutrition like they should. I'm not saying all churches don't, but they don't talk about finances, and they don't talk about nutrition. I'm gonna be an advocate right here. Give me a second. Now, I want you to understand this wisdom I'm about to give you. I really want you to understand this. Let me tell you this. If I'm in church and I know that a lot of my members are low impoverished, Why wouldn't I give them financial classes so they can tithe more often and tithe all the time? Get their fine. If I help my congregation with their finances, what are the chances of them, A, staying at the church, two, giving more money? But why churches don't teach you finances and nutrition? Now, granted, there's a flip side to this nutrition thing. I know I'm weighing heavy on the fat side, but some people are skinny fat. Some people are skinny fat. Some people are skinny, and they're unhealthy as well. Some of you look at skinny people and you're like, oh man, I really wish I was that person, or I wish that was that size. You might want to think again. There's a lot of skinny people who their health is not good. See, what I like to look at is body composition. Body composition, the way a person is shaped, really tells you a lot. It really tells you a lot. Just because a person is skinny, you don't know some of the ailments that skinny people have. Skinny people have ailments because of their nutrition. Now, we're not talking about what's hereditary. We're not talking about what just came and you just caught, whatever. But skinny people can be unhealthy too. Because the question I always had is like, man, how can you eat all that and stay skinny? Oh, man, it's my genes, man. It's my genes. But wait a minute. I knew people, this is real talk. I knew people who were 5'10", 5'11", 175 pounds, high blood pressure. I'm like, dude, wait a minute. How is it that you have high blood pressure and you at 5'10", 5'11", 175, you're in your BMI, your body mass index? How in the hell do you have high blood pressure? Wait a minute. How are you on the verge of diabetes? Because a lot of us may think that because a person is fat or out of shape, they're automatically, right, obese, diabetes, and that's possibly true, or they're on their way. I'm going to use myself as an example. I love using myself as the example. I am 5'11", at 250. I should be 5'11", at 200 or 180, okay? So when I look at myself and I'm looking at other people, like, well, I've been losing weight. I've been in the gym Monday through Wednesday. I take Thursday off, and then I go Friday and Saturday. I missed yesterday. Aches and pains. I'm old. But nonetheless, I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym getting my life right, because you can't get your life right with finances if you're about to die. This is the number one thing that kills majority of black people under the age of 50, if not over the age of 50. But we're talking about young people. I consider people who are young under the age of 50. We have a lot of our brothers and sisters dying out here because we're simply obese. And ladies, stop telling guys you just had a baby. Ladies, stop telling guys you just had a baby and that's why you're big. You had a baby a year ago. You had a baby 2 years ago. Stop using a baby excuse. It's not all about going to the gym. But I can tell you it's all about nutrition. You should work out, but that doesn't require a gym. You can work out outside your home. This is my workout every other day. Let me tell you my workout every other day. I used to do 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, and 300 squats. Boom. That's all I used to do. That's all I used to do, right? Because push-ups are work your arms, your chest, your back, your lower back, right? Abs are help your core, your stomach, right? Build up your muscles under there. And then squats is going to help everything. Your gluteus maximus, your gluteus minimus, your quadriceps, your hamstring, and you can put in some calf raises in there as well. So you don't need a gym. Well, I don't have enough money for the gym. You don't need a gym. Ladies and gentlemen, my channel is about life. Even though I talk mainly about finances, my channel is about life. I have so much information that I love to give to people because I want us to live a better life. Because we don't need to have no more excuses while we're doing bad. We don't. That's our problem. We have so many excuses. Well, I'm being racially profiled. Is that why you're fat? Is that why you have high blood pressure and you're 130 and you're 6 feet? Is that why your body composition is bad? That's why we used to, back in the hood, we used to say, hey, man, that's a girl with a triple B. They're like, what's a triple B? A bad built body. It wasn't that she, maybe she was fat, but maybe she was just so loose. You ever seen somebody that's skinny fat, like they're skinny, but you can tell they sloppy? You know what I'm talking about? So we say, man, she got a triple B, baby. A bad built body. You know what I'm saying? That's what we used to say when I was younger. I don't say that no more. Now, for me to get over that people like myself, I'm struggling with obesity when people see me. Now, granted, if you saw me, you know what I mean? If you saw me, it's not like I'm fat. I got muscles and stuff, but I'm too big. I'm too big. I'm too damn big. And at the age of 40 plus, guess what? It only gets worse. So if you don't take care of your health, ladies and gentlemen, it only gets worse. Manisha Davis says, just because you're small, skinny doesn't. Yep, I just said that. Yep. I agree with you. Because I used to see skinny people all the time. They talking about they got high blood pressure. And then, black people. I love our people. Let's be real, though. I love our people. Let's be real. I say, hey, man, how you got high blood pressure? How you got high blood pressure? Oh, yeah, man, it runs in my family. Oh, okay. So you was born and you had high blood pressure. Nah, man, I just got like a year ago. Oh, okay. So tell me your diet. Oh, shit, man, I love them fried chicken wings, man. Yeah, I like deep fried mac and cheese. What? Deep fried mac and yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I eat fish. How you eat your fish? Deep fried catfish. Oh, yeah, man, shoot, man. The only thing I do is eat potato chips, cheese curls, snickerdoodles, man, cookies. Man, that's my snack food right there. Real talk, man. I can crush a whole bag of chips. I love chips. I love crunching stuff. And believe me, I used to smash a bag of chips every day. I've always been a big popcorn fan. But all of these things I'm naming, ladies and gentlemen, empty calories. Empty calories. Empty calories. See, you need your health and your strength in order to spend your money. You need your health and your strength in order to grow your empire. You cannot do these things without your health. Stop putting your focus on bullshit. I said it. Stop putting your focus on bullshit. What's another thing that's plaguing the black community when it comes to our nutrition? Smoking and drinking. Smoking and drinking. So it's our food, what we call our culture, right? Soul food. I hate the word soul food because soul food really kills your soul, right? Soul food kills your soul. He used to love soul food kills your soul, unfortunately. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you to stop eating your soul food. I'm not telling you that. I am telling you to decrease it. To decrease it. I'm not saying never eat ham. Never eat greens the way we do with ham hocks. Never eat mac and cheese. Never eat sweet potatoes the way we do. I'm not saying that. I am saying decrease it. If you used to eat like that once a week, do it once a month. Do it once a month and watch your life change. Let me go back. Drinking and smoking. Well, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I've never been a big drinker, so that's never been my problem. I got a whole bar at home, but you can tell I can show you guys most of my bottles at home. Not even, they're still new or still full. There's one bottle I've been sipping on, us Douce. I love some Douce and lemonade, but I don't drink every day. Sometimes I go weeks without drinking. So drink is not a big thing. I like some wine here and there, but it's not part of my everyday thing. Like, I know people who drink Every day, every day, every day they drink. Smoking. See, I did this study, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, I've never been a big smoker, right? I never smoked cigarettes, never did cigarettes, but I like a cigar every now and again. And let me tell you the big difference between cigars and cigarettes. Cigars do not have carcinogens in them. Cigars is tobacco leaves that are grown, right? Naturally grown. They're grown different ways, but they don't contain all the chemicals that a cigarette has. Both. Now, let me tell you this. When you intake smoke into your lungs, it's bad for you. So I'm not telling you, excuse me, that you should go and smoke cigars. I'm not saying that. I am saying enjoying a good cigar, for me, I understand the risk, but at the same time, cigar smoke stays where? In your mouth. In your mouth. Not like cigarettes. Cigarettes go all through your lungs, all through your nasal cavities. You don't see too many cigar smokers blowing cigar smoke out of their nose. They probably faint. They probably faint. See, all those chemicals in cigarettes are mixed in order for your body to accept it and gain a chemical dependency on it. To gain a chemical dependency on it. See, I was a chemical soldier in the Army, and I was infantry in the Marine Corps. And let me tell you this. I bet you more people are dying from smoking cigarettes than they did in this war. What's plaguing the black community? See, we do self-medication with cigarettes and alcohol. Weed and alcohol. Here's the thing. If you're doing weed the way that's intended to do weed, you're going to be okay. This is just me with no medical knowledge about cannabinoids and THC and CBD, because there's a lot of medicinal uses with marijuana. But again, it's the smoke. It's the smoke in our lungs. It's the smoke in our bodies that destroy us. See, if you did edibles, or if you took the marijuana plant and you did it like partially and put it on your food, still medicinal use, still getting your high. But when people, we enjoy what? Smoking marijuana. Oh, he got that dank. He got that skunk on him. Why do you think people's voices change when they smoke? Have you noticed that your voice change when you've been smoking for a very long time? Your voice change, not for the better. It's not that it's more clearer. It's like, oh yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, man, shit, man, back in the day we used to get it. It's almost like they're straining to speak. Alcohol. Alcohol is a fickle animal. Nothing but sugars that's going to help you to gain weight. The unhealthy way. Now, granted, I'm not here to tell you to stop drinking, because I have a drink every now and again too. I might have a beer when I go back and watch a football game. But it's how we do it, when we do it, and how much we do it. Why are we down from the coronavirus, black people? Because we are unhealthy. Our nutrition sucks. Stop blaming your nutrition on the way you was brought up. Stop blaming your nutrition on police brutality. Stop blaming your nutrition on your low income. Stop blaming nutrition on where you live. You are either obese, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, gout, or you're skinny and you're unhealthy, or you're skinny and you're fat, or you have fucked up body composition. That's when somebody looks at you and you look like a regular sized person, but your body looks like a worm. It just looks like a worm. It don't have any shape to it. You just look like you're walking like a worm. Everything is just flabbing in your rolls, but you still at that. You ever seen somebody at a really good size? Have you ever seen somebody at a really good size and but their body was just like a worm because they had rolls here when their shirt bend. You're like, oh. Then they got fat underneath their back here. You just like, when they got their shoulders down, they got fat back there. You're like, oh. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I started getting fat on my back, and I looked in the mirror, I'm like, I got a fat back? You know, not the fat back that you put in your greens. Not that fat back, but your fat back. You're like, hold up, man. I'm in the gym, like I got weights. I'm like, I got to get rid of this damn back fat. Listen, when your back is fat, you are fat. Oh yeah, I'm not cutting no calls with you guys today. When your back is fat, your ass is fat. Because anybody can get a stomach, right? Look. Anybody can get a little stomach on them. Okay, I got a little stomach. Okay, cool. But when your back is fat, your ass is fat. Think about it. Think about how hard it is to get fat on your back. Fat on your back. Fat on your back. You talking about, this person, that person got 2 or 3 stomachs, but when you got 2 or 3 backs, it's over. It's over. You got to eat celery, okay? You got to eat carrots. What's another thing that's plaguing the Black community when it comes to nutrition? Juice and soda. I remember my uncle, and as a kid, it was remarkable that he did this. He would take a Coca-Cola can and just down it, right? Like some people do a beer. He used to down it. I try to do that, and I was like, oh, the acid, right? Anything that hurts you going inside your body, do you think that's good for you? Well, some things. I know black seed oil burn a little bit, but, maybe a little apple cider vinegar, that hurts a little bit. But we know the chemicals are in soda. Now, let me ask you this. Now, a lot of you guys know about this home remedy. You take a can of Pepsi or Coca-Cola, right? You take a can of Coca-Cola or Pepsi, and the terminals underneath your hood on your battery. When you saw had that corrosion, you pull Coca-Cola on it, the Coca-Cola starts to eat the battery acid and corrosion away from your battery terminals. And that is what you're drinking and putting inside your body. Family, tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. If I came to you and I said, hey, let's go walk. You know what some of you are going to ask? Right now? You want to walk right now? Some of you may say, how far? Some of you just going to say no. I'm not telling you to go out and bust your ass and do 1,000 push-ups and 100,000 jumping jacks. Have you guys just started trying to work on your nutrition at the plate, in the kitchen? If you have a plate of food, let's talk about this. If you have a plate of food, what is majority of your food? What is it? Is it fruit? Because you really shouldn't eat that much fruit either. Is it vegetables? Is it plants? Is it flowers? Or is it meat? For me, for a very long time, I used to do meat. Because think about this. We talk about meat. We can eat too much meat. Now, we understand too that, and I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me. A lot of you are not going to like what I'm about to say, and you guys know where I'm going. Some of you already know where I'm going. But did you know that we really don't supposed to be eating meat? Listen, I'm just like the next brother. I love ribs. I love fried chicken. I love a good brisket. But we really shouldn't be eating meat. Me and my girlfriend, we made this up. We probably heard it somewhere. We're flexitarians. Not vegetarians, not vegans, not pescatarians. We're flexitarians. Meaning that majority of this is what we call flexitarian. Majority of our weeks, we're eating a non-meat diet. We're eating a lot of lentils, beans, vegetables, mushrooms, because you can do mushroom burgers and all that stuff, right? So we're kind of eating almost like a vegan diet. But every now and again, like yesterday, we ate a hot dog. We had a burger, right? We did that. But we don't eat like that every day. You know, for 6 days a week, we're almost eating vegan style food. Okay? And here's another thing for breakfast. We started doing the weekday to intermittent fasting. Okay? We don't eat till around 11 or 12. We don't eat around till 11 or 12. And then when we do eat, you have to eat the right way. So we eat protein because we worked out that morning. So we'll go, think about this. We will go and work out. You know what this young dude asked me the other day? We was in the gym. Because we get there around five. No, we wake up at 5. Let's see. We get there around about 5:45. And we leave at 6:40. So we stay there about an hour. When we came in out of the blue, he said, hey, do you guys take pre-workout? And I was like, no, we don't take that stuff. I could automatically tell he took pre-workout. I said, have you ever read what's in pre-workout? Because, you know, in the gym, they had their own little products and stuff. And I said, hey, can you read some of these 13-letter words? He said, nah, man. He kind of like just took it from it easily and put it back. I said, man, if you're taking it, you might want to read what's in it. And let me tell you this, if you can't read what's in it, if you can't read what's in your food, then think about that. Why do I need to take pre-workout? I'm going to tell you what I used to do. I used to drink coffee. I used to have a cold brew coffee, plain coffee, no sugar, no cream. I'll take a half a cup of coffee, get that caffeine flowing. Now, we get up, we brush our teeth, we wash our face, we get dressed, we go to the gym. He said, man, y'all come in here energized every morning. I said, yeah, man, you know, she 40, I'm 41, about to hit 42. We don't take no pre-workout. He said, what? How old are you? I said, I'm 41, about to be 42. He said, dude, I thought you was around 32, 33. And I said, brother, I don't even, you know, eat as healthy as I think I should. And my girl, she always gives me that positive reinforcement. She said, baby, you're losing weight. You're doing really good. Just keep doing. She goes with me. You know, she was at one point, she was a marathon runner. Right? Her muscles all dense. We were playing this morning. We're always wrestling and stuff. She just so damn strong, but she still got that real firm feminine look. But she's so damn strong. I'm like, hey, listen, I can live, you know, with my legs, I can live 4 plates. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 plates on each side with my legs, with the press. I can bench around 345. I used to bench more when I played college football. And her little butt in there doing 20 to 25, but we wrestling. She like putting a strong arm on me. Nutrition. And you feel good. You feel great. A lot of you guys are self-medicating. This is the number one reason why I know there's no one on this earth can call me a liar or show me anything other than the number one thing that's killing young black people is nutrition, the lack of it. I used to go to the corner store and buy pizza and hot dogs. I used to go to the corner store and buy Chinese food. Chinese food is what? Sugar? No, let me take that back. American Chinese food is sugar and salt. Why do you think African Americans have the lowest life expectancy age than any other group in America? Why? It's not police brutality. It's not living in the hood or the ghetto. It's not being low income. It's our nutrition. It's our nutrition. Until you beat yourself up. See, here's the thing. This is what I realize. This is what a lot of people won't do. Instead of buying clothes that you have to change your body to fit in, you just buy clothes to fit your body in. See, what I used to do is like, I got a set of clothes that I'm like, I'm keeping that because I'm going to fit back in that. Instead of taking all my small clothes away and turn them into Goodwill and go buy bigger clothes, fatter clothes. But that's what we do. And then we let our family and friends encourage us to stay fat, or to take or to stay skinny fat, or to stay unhealthy. Why is it you have high blood pressure? Why is it you have high cholesterol? But when you go to your family's house to eat or a friend's house to eat, they're pushing high cholesterol and high blood pressure on you and say you need to eat. You say, no, I just want a chicken salad. I just want a vegetable salad. Oh, you got to eat more than that. Like, no, I have high blood pressure. Oh, you just eat a little bit of this. It won't hurt you. No, it won't hurt me. It will fucking kill me. It will kill me. What they think they're doing is good for you, but they're killing you. And you are killing you. It's not just them, it's you as well. But see, nobody wants to hear this information, because now you have to take a self-reflection in the mirror and say, I am unhealthy. Now what? Now what? It doesn't matter if you're obese, fat, or skinny. You know when you're unhealthy in nutrition. Because if that was the case, the only people that would die from diabetes, the only people that would die from high blood pressure would be fat people, but there's skinny people who die from it too. I know a buddy that I was stationed with over in Korea, good buddy of mine. I didn't know this brother who was in shape, ripped, all that. High blood pressure. High blood pressure. High blood pressure. I said, hey, bro, why do you got high blood pressure? Does it run in your family? He said, yeah, but it's my diet. He said, my diet. I said, so what's your diet? He said, all saturated and fatty foods, deep fried foods, chips, sodas. I said, well, if you know that, then why you continue to eat that food? He said, because I like that food. Why is it that in our community, we love food that kills us? Now, granted, I'm not going to put the whole entire toll on us. I will say that a lot of that has come from our family members and it's been ingrained, but we're too damn old right now. We're too damn old right now to blame your mother, your father, your uncle, your aunt, your sister, your brother, your cousin. This is the number one reason why young black people are dying. And sister, I saw what you said. I think it was Dolly Smith. You said, where can you go? Well, there's a lot of YouTube channels, and the one that comes to mind right now is the Minister of Wellness. Now, the brother is very intelligent. He has a lot of great information, and all of his videos are free. Now, me personally, I have nothing against him, but sometimes he's kind of over the top about certain stuff. But nonetheless, that's one good source, the Minister of Wellness. He's also featured on Dr. Boy's Watkins channel as well. Well, there's some other channels I have out here about, being vegan, because here's the thing. Let me break this down. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear this, but please stay with me. I want you to hear this. I want you guys to make sense of this like I did. I make common sense of this. Old boss of mine told me, he said, hey man, we are omnivores. I said, no boss, we're not omnivores. We are herbivores. He said, well, where did you get herbivores from? I said, well, it's quite simple. I don't need to read any book. I can look at my mouth. Say, look, canine teeth, canine teeth, canine teeth, canine teeth. We only have 4 canine teeth. When you look at your dog, when you look at a lion, a tiger, when you look at a bear, a polar bear, you look at a wolf, their canine teeth are where? Right here. You got the first canine teeth that goes under the other canine teeth. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. And then I want you to look at a chimpanzee and a gorilla. They are frutivores. Frutivores. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, you got herbivores, frutivores, carnivores, omnivores. Probably one I'm missing. So herbivores, we just eat plants and flowers. But because we have domesticated a lot of our fruits, we eat fruits too. Now, if you look at a chimpanzee's mouth, if you look at a monkey's mouth, they have large canine teeth where our teeth are. So they can easily eat fruit a lot easier. I want you to look at a horse mouth. A horse mouth has big teeth like we do, and they're flat. Do horses eat meat? No, they do not eat meat. They do not eat meat. See, we know this information already. Why? Here's another point. Here's another analogy. He said, nah, we can eat meat because of the protein. I said, we can get proteins from plants. We get protein from flowers. I asked him this one question. I said, if we are carnivores, if we're omnivores, then tell me, what do we have ingrained in our bodies? What do we have that we can go right up to a cow and bite with our mouth? Every animal in the animal kingdom who is a carnivore can go up to another animal and rip meat from their carcass, can rip meat from bone. Can you do that? Can you go up to a cow? Like, we love beef, we love steak. Can you go up to a pig? We love ribs, we love pork chops, we love bacon. Can you go up to a pig and go and tear the meat from their bone and not be disgusted? Can we do that, family? No, we cannot. Our mouth is not that strong. We don't have the construction. We don't have the work. We don't have the teeth to do so. We are herbivores. Do I eat meat? Yes. Yes, I eat meat every now and again, but as I said before, we are flexitarians in my household, where majority of the time we're eating a vegan style, a lifestyle, and every now and again we eat meat. Because we understand, think about it like this. Once a cow is killed, once a pig is killed, once chickens and turkeys are killed, what begins to happen to the meat? What begins to happen to the meat? The meat begins to rot. So when we get it on our table, we're already eating rotten meat. If meat was meant for us to eat, we could eat it raw. Have you ever seen a tiger at a bonfire? Have you ever seen a tiger at a barbecue talking about, let me cook this gazelle? Let me cook this caribou? No. They chase him down. Mostly the females. The males, they just smashing and eating. But, the lions go and chase the gazelle and eat it. The hyenas go and chase the caribou and eat it. So tell me, where you had the construction in your mouth and also in your anatomy to go and just rip meat from bone. So let's stop justifying, okay? Let's stop justifying that we're supposed to eat meat. Do what I did. I came to the conclusion, I like meat. I ate meat growing up, but I need to decrease it. And one day I'm hoping not to eat it again. Okay? Could I go cold turkey? I possibly could. But then I started using what they call fake meat. I started eating Beyond Meat, Impossible Meat. And then they're like, oh, well, that's made out of this and that's made out of that. You like, because I love the Beyond Meat burger. I mean, we had tacos the other day. It was vegan tacos, and it had guacamole, black beans, lentils. I believe it was tomatoes, onions, and what else was it? I think it was some. Oh yeah, some veggie meat and veggie cheese and veggie cheese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the number one reason why we are dying in the black community. It's not the amount of money that we don't make. It's not the police. It's dying mostly from mental illness that actually can stem from your nutrition. Did you guys know that a lot of mental illnesses can actually stem from nutrition? I'm going to tell you guys this. Stop eating canned food. If you're going to eat canned food, like beans or something like that, make sure it's organic. Make sure that you eat it, or if you're going to eat canned food, make sure the canned food is organic. I'm not going to sit up here and preach and teach to you guys about everything should be organic. I'm not saying that. But I will say that majority of things that are labeled organic do not have a lot of pesticides and herbicides and any sorts of sides of fertilizer inside of it, quote unquote. But I'm asking you to take a step in your life. I'm telling you to take a step in your life towards your nutrition and watch your life change. Watch you feel better. You're going to wake up with less aches and pains. This is just not about your body composition. This is not just about how you look, but it's the quality of life that you will start to experience once you make a decision and you act on your decision. Mainly in the modern world, there's about 5 meats that most people eat. You got turkey, you got pig, you got cow. You guys know beef and all that good stuff, right? What am I missing? Chicken and everything else. Frogs, people eat frogs. I had frog legs. I'm not going to lie. Shrimp, seafood. Because some of you are like, well, I'm just going to eat seafood. Now, my brother, he don't eat anything that has a child or anything that bleeds. Now, again, in my household, we're flexitarian, so every now and again we eat meat, and we also include fish as a meat. But majority of your diet should be vegetables, flowers, and plants, and some fruits. Not all fruits, some fruits. Because a lot of you can get crazy with the fruit. That can actually cause you to gain weight. So you got to have a healthy balance of fruit. But there's only like 5 meats in a modern world that people eat. But let me tell you this. Did you know that there's over 170,000 plants and vegetables that you can eat? Have you noticed that the majority of your plate is meat, but there's over 170,000 vegetables and flowers and plants that you can eat? So when some people say, well, I don't know what to eat, I don't know what to mix it with, the only thing you got to type in Google is vegan recipes. Vegan recipes. And I'm not telling you guys to be vegan because I can't consider myself a vegan because I eat meat sometimes. But I'm just being real with you. I want you to live a day longer, a month longer, a year longer, 10 years longer. And I want you to live in great health. So let me tell you some of the things you should limit, some of the things that you should stop. Reduce your intake of meat. Stop telling you, oh, it's the red meat. It's meat, goddammit. Chicken, stop it. Reduce it. Turkey, reduce it. Pig, reduce it. Stop it. Doesn't matter to me. Just reduce it. I mean, way down. Reduce it. Sodas, don't drink it. Juice, way, half a cup of juice. Once time a day. Drink more water. All the empty carbohydrates, the mac and cheese, reduce it. The greens that was cooked unhealthy, reduce it. Just reduce it. I'm not telling you to stop it. Because I believe once you figure out that these things were killing you and making you sick and making you ill, then you will understand, you know what? Not only am I going to reduce it, I'm gonna limit it to one time a month. Then you'll get to a point where, hopefully by the age of 45, I'm like, hey, I eat meat once or twice a year. That's what I'm hoping. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please like and share it for people who need to hear this information. Please give this video for people who need and want this information. You have to be open to change, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be open to change. The change doesn't start at your table. The change starts here. When you change your mind, you will change your life. We either be smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking alcohol too much, eating fatty foods, bread, reduce it. And hopefully you're not eating white bread. But I know you love your white bread with your spaghetti. You love your French white bread with your spaghetti. Limit your bread. Empty calories. Oh, well, weed is good for you. Show me. Show me where weed is good for you. I eat bread sometimes too. I eat bread sometimes too. I see you, Knowledge. Thank you for joining me. Liddell Summer, I see you. Oh, sister, Lee 7305, sister, let me tell you something. I'm glad you said that. That's why I said veggie cheese. In my household, we don't drink it. We don't drink milk at all. Listen. Okay, after this, I gotta go. I'm out here Best Buy. My baby's waiting for me. She's doing her paper, but I gotta go. Listen to this, family. Do not drink milk. I know it. You love milk. You love cheese. You love ice cream. I do too. But I drink ice cream. The ice cream we buy is almond or cashew milk made. It's not soy milk. We don't do soy either. Okay, we don't do soy either. Let's talk about milk really quickly and then I have to go. Where does milk come from, family? I mean, domesticated milk. Let's just be real. Domesticated milk. Most likely a cow, and there's some people out there that drink goat's milk. Okay, because there's goat cheese. I've had goat cheese before. It's pretty good, but not good for you. Milk comes from a cow, most likely that we drink, right? In our cereal, in some of our recipes, in our bakeries, right? Listen to this. Milk comes from a cow. Why does a cow produce milk? Somebody, anybody. Why does a cow produce milk? Anybody? I'll wait. You got hemp milk too. You got hemp milk as well. I see people putting all types of milk in there. Oat milk, hemp, yeah. So this is why cows produce milk, to feed their calves, to feed their babies, to feed their young. Why are you drinking milk? Why are you drinking milk? Why you have inflammation in your joints? Why is it hard for you to get out of bed in the morning? Milk is not, cow's milk, goat's milk is not designed. I won't even say design. Let me backtrack. Was never created for a Homo sapien, which we are, human beings, to drink. Never that way. Never that way. Matter of fact, black people, how did we start drinking milk? Some people will say the white man. I want you guys to look at the percentage of black people who are lactose intolerant. Did you know that over 70% of black people are lactose intolerant? How did we get there? You should not be drinking milk. You should not be drinking cows. Let me just put it this way. You should not be drinking milk from any animal. The milk that we drink in my household is almond milk. But you got almond milk, cashew milk, hemp milk, oat milk, coconut milk. Family, I'm not trying to tell you to go vegan. I'm not. Cause we've been vegan. We go vegan a couple of months. But I'll be a hypocrite to say I don't eat meat. I'll be a hypocrite to say I don't eat eggs. But I do. But I do. I do. But I don't eat it on a consistent basis. And I feel better about my energy level. I feel better about my body than I ever had before. A lot of my injuries, a lot of my aches and pains come from the military, not because of my health. When I went to the doctor and they read my blood and they took my vitals, the doctor was like, hey, I want to do it again. And I was like, well, why you want to do it again, doc? I just want to test something here. So the doctor, she brought in another vital machine. I don't know what you call it, but the one to take your blood pressure and all that stuff. She said, She said, your blood pressure's 120 over whatever. I'll forget the other number. I was like, man, that's high. She looked at me. She said, that's high. I said, yeah, I'm usually around 116, 118. She said, sir, you're 5'11", 250 pounds. And your blood pressure is almost like a small child. I said, is that bad or good? She said, no, that's great. But you are literally obese. Now, you don't look obese. You got good body composition. But she said, you're a big guy to have a low blood pressure like that. I said, well, I eat pretty healthy. I drink a lot of water and I work out. She said, that has to be it. That has to be it. She said, I've never met a guy that big, that short, with a blood pressure under 140 or something, she was telling me. She said, your blood pressure is 120. I checked it twice. She said, I checked it twice. She said, and your oxygen level is 99%. I checked it twice, she said. She said, usually somebody's oxygen level at this big, they can barely freaking breathe. They can barely freaking breathe. They're like, it's about 80-something%. They're in there with... You ever just hear somebody sitting down, they sound like this? And you sit there like, hey, you okay? Can you breathe? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. But I am not the hallmark of health. I can be 3, 4, 5 times better than what I am right now. And I'm doing better and better each and every day. You surround yourself with people who will reinforce your narrative and your perspective on your life when it comes to nutrition. Stop blaming everybody else. When you go to your family cookout, when you go to your family dinner, you already know what type of food they're going to have. They may have 1 or 2 choices you can eat or should eat. Or here's another thing. Here's my problem. Reduce your portion size. That is my biggest problem. I was from that era that clean your plate. Anytime, no matter the amount of the food that somebody puts on your plate, you got to eat it. It's out of respect. It's out of being poor. It's out of you don't know where the next meal is coming from. You eat it. You just eat it. Eat it. You just eat it. And then that comes to the point where you not just only eat that food, you want more and you want more and you want more. We're not going to get into the psychological hold and addiction that sugar has on you. Again, we're not going to get into the psychological and physical addiction that sugar has on your mind and your body. Because sugar is in almost everything. Sugar is in those carb-loaded meals that you eat with mac and cheese and potatoes. Sugar, 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 sugar. There's over 32 forms of sugar. A lot of you guys are reading stuff like, oh, it don't have sugar, so it must be good. What's that other thing in there? What's that other sweetener in there? Sugar, 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 sugar. I should have led the video with this, with sugar. Because that's really the thing that's killing us. Because everything I name, sugar. Why are they trying to take lactose out of the milk? What is lactose? Sugar. What do we eat mostly of? Sugar. What's in 95% of all the products in the grocery store, in the aisles? Sugar. Barbecue sauce. Sugar. The only thing that really doesn't have sugar that we love to eat is hot sauce. That's salt and vinegar. But let me tell you my two white devils, and I know I said I was getting out of here. I am. I'm gonna get out of here. The two white devils is sugar and salt. I don't call white people devils. That's just a system of white supremacy. But the two white devils that kill you in your day, every day, sugar and salt. And black people, you know I'm not lying, in our community, we like this food needs some more salt. Who cooked these sweet potatoes? These sweet potatoes are not sweet. What? Sweet potatoes already come sweet. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate your donation. Thank you very much. If anybody knows on my channel, if you donate any money, I'm always buying, better equipment for me to give you guys information. Like someone gave me money last week and it went to this mount that I'm talking to you on right here in my car. That's where the money went to. I always reinvest in my channel so I can give you guys more information. So I do appreciate every donation. Doesn't matter the amount. But sugar, everything you put in your mouth, I want to say 90 to 95% of the time has sugar. Because here's the thing. Now, did you know that there's some vegetables and fruits, of course fruits, right? Some vegetables and plants contain sugar. Not to the amount where your mind is like, oh, that's sweet. But to the point where you can easily eat it. See, people use sugar in almost anything because your body is so addicted to it, it makes everything easier for you to eat. When I was young, my mom used to always give me sweet peas. I used to tear those sweet peas up, right? Because they know kids love sugar. Because once you start introducing sugar to a kid, they get addicted to it. And adults, we're addicted to it too, just not in the same manner. We may not eat a lot of candy, but we eat a lot of food that contains carbs. Carbs broken down is sugar, right? So with that being said, I was sitting at the table eating peas. So maybe a couple of nights later, she gave me peas again. These peas were not sweet peas. I did not eat those peas. Well, 4 hours later of me crying and pounding at the table, I ate them when they were cold. But it took me 4 hours to eat peas that had no sugar. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Financial Literacy 101. I thank you for staying as long as you did. I went a little bit over the amount I really wanted to, but the conversation had to be said. Please stop drinking sodas, stop drinking milk, reduce your meat intake, reduce your portions, and please reduce your sugar intake. Eat more plants, eat more flowers, eat more vegetables, and eat just a little bit of meat until you get to the point where you understand, like I understand, that meat is just a rotten animal that you cooked. I'm out. You guys have a great and wonderful day. I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget, for all you new people that are not used to me, every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30, between 8:30 to 9:30 Central Time, I do a stock review. And throughout the day, I give investment, saving, and getting out of debt strategies and methods. You guys have a great, wonderful day. Learn money and be inspired. And most importantly, stop making excuses for yourself. and start taking charge of your life and, most importantly, your nutrition, because that is the number one thing that's killing our people. I'm out.